Hello one and all, and welcome to episode 3 of the Shadow of Eindhoven with me, Frewball FM. It's not been going well at all, boys. It's not been going well at all. So after the young PSV game, we played against Go Ahead Eagles, which is a great name for a football team, if nothing else. We played again. It was 3-3. We were alright in this game. I thought, a bit of promise after this game against Go Ahead. But you see, Branko van den Bomen got himself 5 key passes and a goal, and then Christoph Defner also got himself 2 goals and got the Player of the Match award. But Branko van den Bomen is no longer here, and we'll get into that after I've showed you the other results. Almere City was our next game, and this was one I'd earmarked as a winnable game, one that I didn't think we should be losing. But Almere City are actually right up there, sort of top end of the table, and as you can see, they absolutely dominated us. It wasn't like the young PSV game or the Go Ahead Eagles game. They had 16 shots to ours, 6-7 on target, 56% possession, and this is when I started to sort of worry about the tactic a little bit, because we're just not keeping the ball, and I think sitting back has just invited pressure on, and we really seem to be inviting teams on, and they seem to be scoring goals from outside the box and places like that, and getting goals that way. So I just don't think that's the way forward. However, we then managed to pick up a 1-0 win against Sparta Rotterdam, which was a really creditable result. They're probably one of the bigger teams in the league. I'm not sure how good they are in real life or in even this season, but I know they are one of the bigger reputation clubs in this league, with one of the bigger stadiums. But we did manage to pick up a win. The tactic kind of proved me wrong a little bit in this game, because we sat back and we managed to keep a clean sheet. We were very lucky. Svinkels made an absolutely incredible save at one point, I seem to remember. But Marcelo Lopez with the only goal of the game, which was a very decent goal. Florian Bach did unfortunately pick up an injury, and he's been out for some time. 4 to 5 weeks I think the injury was, so he's still out at the minute, which isn't ideal. A very similar story unfolded against Knvb Maastricht, and they came out on 2-1 winners. 16 shots to our 8. We only had 2 shots on target in the whole game. Committed 20 fouls, 41% possession to their 59. I've noticed that again we were sat off quite a lot, and we're just not winning the ball back in decent enough areas for us to spring good counter-attacks. So, you know, Ashi Ampong actually played a really good game in this one. He scored the only goal for us, but it was in the 83rd minute, and unfortunately we just didn't have enough. We just didn't have enough, essentially. And our latest game was against Rode JC Kerkrade, who were bottom of the table at the time, which was very, very disappointing that we actually managed to lose this one 2-0. You can see this guy here on a telly again. We'll get into some of the transfers that have happened. You'll be thinking, who's this guy? But we'll get into some of the transfers that's happened after this. But it was a 2-0 loss. Again, we were getting dominated, so I changed things up in the second half. It didn't really change much other than the fact that we managed to keep the ball more. We had a few more shots and a few more on target as we pressed forward, but they just ran out 2-0 winners, and they were the better side. So this is how the table looks after 6 games, and it's not good reading for us. We're in 17th out of 20 with Topos currently bottom. Again, another great name for a football team. But we've actually only won 1 game, which is the game that I showed you against Sparta Rotterdam. We're shipping a lot of goals. It's we're the 3rd worst off, along with Dordrecht in the league for defence. So that's something we probably need to look at going forward. But we're on 4 points, and that is the table. That's how it's looking. It's not looking great, in all honesty, is it? Right then, so this is the transfer history, and Branko van den Bomen has left us for FC Groningen for £450,000, 600k potentially rising to. It was a deal that we just couldn't turn down. It's also got a 50% of next sale fee, so the complete fee on it as well. So I just couldn't see any downside to this. It has upset a couple of the players in the squad that we've lost. Probably our best player, but we won't let that get us down. A couple of players were upset about Branko van den Bomen's departure, but basically they can suck it, because it's 450k, 600k potentially rising to. So just go and suck it, guys. Leaves our finances looking very healthy as well. 850 grand in the bank, spot on. Let's get into this game against NAC then. We have changed the tactic up a little bit. I am just not comfortable with sitting back, waiting for teams to score against us, which is what feels like we've been doing. We've been sitting off the ball, trying to hit teams on the counter-attack. It's not really been working. So I've changed it to a bit more of a positive mentality. This might be a mistake, changing tactic against an Eredivisie side. I can see us getting thumped here today, but you can see we're gonna try and play for set pieces. We've got a couple of good set piece takers in the team. We're gonna focus our play still down the wings. We're still going to be in that sort of wing play style. We do have strength on the wings in Daniels and Kabangu, and then we are going to play a shorter game or try and play a shorter game anyway, with distribution to the centre-backs and full-backs. But we are going to play more urgently, use an offside trap. I just think if we're gonna really struggle this season, why not do it in style? So the team split NAC looks like this. It's Roots Winkels in goal, Augustin Loaf at right back, centre backs as Ashiampong and Heitmeyer, with Roshdi Ashante as the left back. He's one of the players that's unhappy at the departure of Van den Bomen. But Karim Esikal comes in as the defensive midfielder. He's a very solid player. I'm looking for him to solidify that back line. Nicholas Steeling in the box-to-box role with Sami Bourad as the deep-lying playmaker. And I forgot to mention also that this guy, Massimo Ornatelli, has come in as Van den Bomen's replacement. He's 32 and he's on 2.1k per week, but he comes in from Borussia Dortmund's second side. Not ideal, but 31.5k compared to the 400 that we got for Branko van den Bomen is excellent. So he's going to be on the bench today, but hopefully he can propel us forward in terms of that deep line playmaker role. Alvin Daniels is going to start on the right hand side with Kabango on the left, and Defener is going to drop to the bench for Joran Vermeulen. I'm going to stick with Defener. Never mind. So they go with the classic Football Manager formation of the 4-2-3-1, and there is absolutely no doubt that this is going to be an incredibly tough game for us. I'm going to passionately say we've got nothing to lose here. We know how good we are. Let's show everyone else what we're capable of, and we're going to passionately say I have faith in you. And this, sometimes, it doesn't seem to be working. I don't know whether I've lost the dressing room. I don't know what's going on, boys. We've been on a pretty bad run, to be honest. And so we do kick off, and we'll see how the tactic kind of unfolds as we go along. You can already see we're keeping the ball a little bit better, but as NAC now come into the game, they're looking very tired. I think some of our players are looking quite tired as well. They are now starting to dominate the ball. I don't think we'll have the quality to compete at this minute. Also, the players aren't quite used to this tactic, obviously, this way of playing. They're used to playing a very direct game. But Alvin Daniels now travels forward with it. Comes inside, gives it to Defener, who hits it and puts FC Eindhoven 1-0 up against NAC, the Eredivisie side. Remember as well, if we could win this game, this would be absolutely incredible. The goalkeeper looks like he could have done a little bit better, but Daniels with some really good work down that right hand side, cutting inside, passing it inside for Defener, who blasted one, and it goes right under the goalkeeper. So he'll probably be disappointed with that, I would imagine. Another highlight straight after the goal. Can we get a second goal here? Kabangu. Inside for Bourad. Great ball for Roshdi Ashante. Back post. Daniels! Oh, just over the bar. So that brings the first half to a close, and we are 1-0 up. We've only had 2 shots. They've had 8, but only 3 have been on target in the whole game. You see there, AZ are absolutely smashing Road to JC 6-0. So by rights, they should beat us 8-0 if we played them. But we're 1-0 up. I'm happy with the way things are going. They've not had one highlight yet, which is incredible, really. I'm going to passionately say I'm happy with your performance. Keep it up and get into the second half. 80 minutes gone and there's still been no highlights in this game for NAC or for either side in the second half. It's just trickled away to nothingness. And are we going to win this game? It's absolutely trickled away, and we actually come into the game more there. Here's Carlone, and it's a save by Van Leer. But there's been nothing in the second half. I'm sorry that I haven't had anything to show you, but this game has been a bit of a non-event, really. That one goal from Defener, and Daniels is taking it's all over. We've won the game. How have we done this? What a game. Change of tactic. It's really worked. Christophe Defener with the only goal, who, to be fair to him, has had a really good start to this season, and hopefully he can kick on from here. And actually we can kick on from here, because we hadn't won in a few games, and this was just a really, really nice win. And I'm loving the fact that we're in the second round of the cup when we were expected by the board to get there, but at the same time we're playing an Eredivisie side, and 1-0 away from home is an absolutely amazing result. Nobody gave us a chance. I'm going to agree with that and say it was really special. I'm really, really proud of that. Hopefully that will bring the boys together a bit, but what a performance defensively that was. 1-0, didn't allow them an inch, and I'm really pleased with Heitmeyer and Ashiampong's performance there. Insane. AZ ended up beating Roda JC 7-2, so as you do, nice. Oh, £30,000 as well. That's alright, isn't it? Just going to see if there's a draw to be had for the second round. Second round. Doesn't look like there is, but I will come back for it if it does arise. So here is the second round draw. Let's see who's in it. Ajax is still in it, PSV is still in it, and still some very, very lowly ranked sides. So hopefully we can get one of those. Right, let's do this. There's 32 teams, so I think we'll just automatic draw it. Let's see who we get. Okay, this is way too slow, so I am going to stop it and draw them myself. So boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Ajax get RKC Waalwijk, which is a nice draw for them. Top Os will play De Graafschap. Boom, boom. Venlo will play Westlandia, who are still a lowly ranked side, and AFC. We want AFC. Go on. Nah, AZ have got them. They can smash somebody else in the next round now. PSV are going to play at home to Helmond Sport, who are our rivals. Our rivals against our city rivals. What a tie that is for Helmond Sport. Massive, massive tie. Boom, 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 boom. OFC we could have done against them. So we can get Dovo, who I'll take, GVVV, who I'll take, and there are 3 Eredivisie sides. I think Groningen, Utrecht and Zwolle. We don't want any of those. Groningen, I don't want them. Oh, Dovo have gone. Go on, GVVV. Oh, Utrecht have gone. We're going to play Zwolle away from home. They are in the Eredivisie, but as you've seen, we've just beaten NAC Breda. So I'm not even sure if they're called NAC Breda. I'm pretty sure they used to be. They are from Breda, I think, the city or town in Holland. But anyway, we're going to play PSV Zwolle in the second round of the Knvb Beker, which is amazing, the fact that we've even got that far, to be honest. So I'm really pleased with that. And that makes the old schedule look a little bit less shite, if you like. All that sea of red and orange is kind of is interceded now with a little bit of green, which is nice. So we're going to play Young Ajax next, obviously not in a live com, but the next game that we do play live, I think we want to come back for a winnable game, so that we've got I say a winnable game, we've just won one that we completely didn't expect to win, which was incredible. 12,000 people at that game, actually 13,000 were at the Roda JC game, which is also incredible. But Young Ajax are currently first, so we can't hold out much hope in that game. We do have Twente, which again will be a tough game. They are in 12th, but I still think it will be a tough game. NEC will be a very tough game, a traditionally Eredivisie side, I do believe. Volendam, I think that's the game that we'll come back for, although it's only 3 in the future. I think what we'll do, we'll come back for in fact, I don't want to come back for this Zwolle game. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I think I'll come back for the FC Den Bosch game. They are currently 14th, so they're looking quite similar to us in that respect in terms of the league. The cup is nice, but I don't think we'll get through this round. Although we did get through against NAC, which we didn't expect to. But obviously, if we do, it'll be a nice bonus, be some nice prize money. I think that is. I mean, we're not going to get very far in the cup unless we can get into the next round and face a more beatable side. But I think the league's going to be important this year. We probably want to get to know more of the players and things. So I'll come back for the FC Den Bosch game, and we will Den Bosch them into next week. But yeah, I'm quite happy with the change of tactic and the way that it worked against NAC, because we actually came into the game late on. That was just really nice. So I hope you've enjoyed it. If you could please drop me a like, comment or subscribe to the channel, I would be most humbled. Just interact with me. I'd really enjoy it. Thanks everyone for watching now. Bye bye.